Mr. Man, I have to ask you a question. Why are your clothes hanging inside when they could be, oh, I don't know, outside? I mean, yeah, there's the desert and all, and it could blow sand onto them. But still, not only is your character probably Spot Monitor! Not only is your character programmed to wear the same rags forever and ever, but these clothes aren't getting any sunlight. Seriously. Anyways, with that interruption, thanks to Spot Monitor. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Raved and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we got here to the SS Libra after trying to figure out where it is Cypher had been exactly. We encountered some of Cypher, as well as a rather weird-looking monkey man, and we fought them off, or at least fought one person off who wasn't necessarily as smart. And in this episode, we also got something last episode I forgot to mention, my bad, that there was something in the ship's hull that was disturbing this man, and he could not get his proper sleep. And I understand why, when honestly his bed looks very inadequate and looks hella uncomfortable. So, we are going to go ahead and try and figure out... So we are going to go ahead and find out what could be disturbing it. Anyways, I want to go ahead and show off what's over here. You cannot miss this. This is the Battle CD... No, that's not what I want to pick up. Right there, the Battle CD-18. Yet another one, you cannot miss it. For some reason I was like, wait, it's not a book on the ground, this is a bookshelf, but honestly, there is nothing. It's just preventing seasickness in Pokemon. Yeah, it's gonna be real helpful now that this place is completely abandoned in the middle of the sea. Or, yeah, in the middle of the sea. Well, I guess the desert could be a sea, like, you know, the vast sea of desert or whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and enter down here and... Oh, God, the purple liquid. I'm serious, that stuff's scary, man. I mean, just poison in the valves and the pipes. Ugh, creepy. Anyways, once again, we have introduction to the exact same puzzle that we had when we were first entering the ship. So, now you can see there are two items. We can go one or two ways to get the items. Obviously, we're going to end up getting both. However, I would like to go ahead and explain what both of them are. So, first, I want to go ahead and get the one up top, because personally, to me, this one is the most important item, at least in my case, in this game. Or rather, in the SS Libra. And that item is none other than the Firestone. Now, if you guys were to go ahead and select my starting Pokemon, or my evolution to be a Flareon, then I would have gotten a Firestone from the Sailor. But since I got Vaporeon, I got a Water Stone. So, in case you did not evolve your Eevee yet and you want to save your stones for another Pokemon to evolve it, well, this is where you can get another stone, very similar to getting the Water Stone in the Fanac City Coliseum. So, the next item which you can get over here would be 2 PP-ups. Insert 12-year-old joke here. Honestly, I have not used any of these right now. As you can see, I have... Let me scroll down a little bit. I have 3. And I'm not planning to use these anytime soon. However, I will use these. And for all of you who are not really into using those vitamins, hell, that's like $9,800 there for you to get. Basically $10,000. So, if you want to sell them, by all means, go ahead. Anyways, moving on to the next floor. Down here, we have, once again, another puzzle. However, this one is a little bit easier. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it easier. Honestly, it's a little bit more tedious, but it's easier nonetheless. All you really need to do is first push this down a little bit, maybe around 3 spaces, so then you can actually get out, since you would be stuck regardless. And if you were to put them in any other... Rocks! Vulpix! I'm trying to do this right now. I understand that there's things on queue for the Spot Monitor, which I have not checked yet because I don't feel like it. And I understand that you guys need purified, but just hold on. I have so many things to do, and I cannot do it in the time allotted. Ugh. Anyways, now, as I was trying to say, over here you get a Max Ether. To be honest, it is not something which I would really go out of my way to get, but since this puzzle is pretty easy, it's something I would have gotten regardless. And I have to say right now, this is probably the only place in the entire game where I feel using the D-pad is necessary. Again? Really? You know, fine. Spot Monitor, let's take a look and see how it's going so far. Pretty weak signals all around, and wow, they're about to eat up the Oasis Pokespot completely. But I have so much to do. Well, that's kind of why I bought all those Pokesnacks. Anyways, as I was saying, the D-pad is very helpful to have here, because obviously with an analog stick you might screw up and like go in a diagonal position. And while I did go diagonal earlier, understand that I have pretty big fingers for this tiny D-pad on the GameCube controller, so bear with me. Anyways, right over here, we have yet another puzzle. However, this time, you can see that there's one pretty much next to where you need to go, and there is one a little bit isolated from where you need to really go. And normally, a lot of people who play this game always do one thing, which I never understood why they would do that, and it would be focus on one place first, then reset it, and then get the second thing. When honestly, there's a way to get both of them in one fell swoop, and by that I mean get them at the same time. So first, you want to move the right one, you want to move the one that was on the right over here, pretty much facing this direction, so then you could have a bridge leading towards the item chest over here. And now the next thing you want to do is you want to push this one up. You want to go around where the other chest was, or the other crate of Poke Food, which honestly would not mind having, since the other Pokemon decided to eat all of them at the Poke Spots. Well, then again, this is Poke Food, like the brown pellets that you would see when you're watching the anime. Yeah, that's probably the same Poke Food. We have Poke Snacks, they're cheese, it's totally different. Anyways, we push it to the right a little bit, then up one, and we now have a perfect little bridge connecting us not only to the exit and that item chest, but also the one over here. So how about we go get this one first? Now, I hate the detection of how close you are to the ledges in this. I mean, seriously. Anyways, right over here you get a yellow flute. Now, this is an item introduced in Generation 3, and for all of you who played Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald that went out of your way and did all the stack stuff, which I found to be kind of boring, yet kind of a cool concept, you may remember this, or anybody in general who's just played the game. The yellow flute in general will allow you to snap your Pokemon out of confusion. There are other flutes as well, but I'm not going to get into that just because it's not really worth mentioning. However, what is worth mentioning is the unmissable and probably unpassable item, and if you really do pass this, you're an idiot. Here you obtain the TM35, which contains one of my absolute favorite TMs of all time. Yeah, geez, why does it sound southern here? This contains the TM35 Flamethrower. This is an amazing move for any fire Pokemon, no matter how high of a tier it is or how low of a tier it is. It has a base power of 90 or 95, I believe. It has a very good accuracy rating, and it leaves a chance to burn. All around a wonderful move similar to Thunderbolt as well, which is a move that I do not believe you've gone over yet. So anyways, with that being done and said, you may notice that there are a lot of things here, such as the Firestone and the Flamethrower TM. However, guess what? It's the same Pokemon that the grandfather and daughter wanted us to go get all the way back in Pyrite Town. Since it was sleeping, I say we go ahead and, talk a little bit more relaxed and try and get it. We don't want to walk too fast. Gotta go slow, baby steps. We don't want to go ahead and wake it up. We want to make sure we're nice, smooth, relaxed. Just let this little guy know that we don't mean harm and we're just really, really concerned about its sleeping schedule. It's a little bit closer to him. I understand that Steam Pipe may be causing him to have some really nice sleeping pattern or whatever, but hey, we're gonna go really close to him. And as soon as we get near him, I say we go ahead and pick the little guy up. And no, you're kidding me! Yeah, that's what this game does. No, I wasn't being serious. I was not even scripting this. This was something that the game intentionally did. As soon as you're about to get the Bonsly inside of the SS Libra, you get a letter. Or an email. And you wanna know what? It's not even story required. It's just BS that adds for some extra thing you can do back in Gaiden Port. And I will show that off later, but anyways. To Sebastian from Akri. Sebastian, I would like to write a novel featuring you as the main character. Please let me interview you. I have a good feeling about the story. I might be generous in my thanks. Thank you. So yes, Akri would go ahead and give us a reward if we want to go and get interviewed by her. However, because of her, Bonsly had fled somewhere. So because of that, I suppose that could have been the reason why the guy could not sleep well at night, because of Bonsly. It could have made some noises around here. It's probably scared. It probably was wondering where it is, and I feel bad for it, but hey, maybe now it's run off to a better place. Anyways, getting off topic and getting back on topic from that, or rather going back on topic with the whole thing. This contains a leftovers, and not only is there the leftovers here, but going down, or not even going down, but going down to the right here, you obtain a luxury ball. Now, excuse me, I almost did a little mini burp there. That's bad to do in recording. Anyways, I want to go and explain these items. First, the leftovers. When you... my bad. When you give the leftovers to a Pokemon, it will replenish its max HP by 1/16. This is a very good item to have for any Pokemon that has a lot of HP and is also very defensive. I would personally use it on Pokemon that, well, obviously have a lot of HP and defense. And who knows, I might give it aggravation at a later time. It's not really, or she's not really holding any items. So, maybe. And the next thing you want to go ahead and go over would be the Luxury Ball. Now, the Luxury Ball is an item that, well used. When an item is, or when the Luxury Ball is used to catch a Pokemon, it will automatically become a little bit more friendlier towards you. So, if you don't want to go ahead and do all those things where it's like, oh, increase your friendship by doing this and this and this, and it takes a lot of time, the Luxury Ball can give you a little bit of a jump start. So, it's good to have that, and also, might I say, it looks cool as hell. So, let's say meet you guys back over by the guy who requested for us to go down to the ship's hull. Back up here. Oh, hey, so, how was it? Was there anything down there? Let's go ahead and tell him about the little incident we had with encountering Bonsly and the freaking letter. I see, so there's a Pokemon down there. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. What, you think it was a ghost? Well, I mean, I was saying last episode, this place is probably haunted or whatever. Is that right? So it was a Pokemon that a girl asked you to find, and you say it got away? Well, this place isn't a very welcome place for wild Pokemon to survive in. Why don't you try looking for it in places where wild Pokemon are apt to gather? Anyways, I'll be heading off for home now. After all, you solved what worries I had. I'm surely indebted. Come see whenever you like. You're always welcome. So on that note, we can now go upstairs once again and use his bed whenever we would like to, although I'm a little bit worried about us sleeping right there when he's kind of standing there looking at nothing for 9 years. Ugh. Anyways, let's say we get out of here and go and find Bonsly. However, it's not as easy as that, because as soon as we exit this place, guess what? Hold it! No one gets past here! I'm Wacken of Team Snag'em. It wouldn't hurt you to remember that. I'm pretty sure some of you who've played Pokemon Coliseum know exactly who this guy is. It won't hurt you to forget his name either. Silence! Huh? You don't have a clue about whom Team Snag'em happens to be, do you? Back in the old days 5 years ago, grown men shook when they heard our name. Sheesh. Well, I'm not really a grown man. But that's alright. We'll get back to snagging Pokemon just like the old days and terrify the world again. And we'll do that by using your snag machine. Whoops, I know you're a great battler, but I'm not having any of that. Gloom, release your sleep powder. Send this kid off to Betty Bye. Ha ha ha! The snag machine is mine! Quick, let's get it back to the hideout! Aye, can you imagine how happy Gonzap's gonna be with us? Hi, are you awake now? Looks like you had a rough time of it. Are you alright? That bunch I saw, weren't they Team Snag'em? Why would they want to pick a fight with you? Is that right? So that's been happening in the world at large. Team Snag'em's a bunch of crooks and thugs. They were snagging Pokemon from people with Cypher's help. I hadn't heard about them for the last couple years, so I figured they fell apart. I guess not, huh? Anyways, it seems to me you need to get back that thing they took from you. I think they took off north, chasing after another bunch of strange characters. Maybe you ought to join the chase too. It's right around here, on the north side of Eklo Canyon. Alright guys. As you might have saw in that cutscene, our snag machine is no longer here. We are now, once again, human. And, okay, that's horrible to say. We now do not have the ability to snag any Shadow Pokemon because we do not have the device. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we're gonna head to Eklo Canyon and try and get our snag machine back. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time!